Never say never. After a lengthy recap to catch us up, Uncle Samsik Episode 6 brings us San asking questions about the recent shootings and Samsik's many secrets. He reveals the details of killing on Minchul with Yoon for Kang. Back then, Minchul had wanted to use the Sinui alliance too, and Kang jealously despised him. While Taemin wanted to get out and stop doing Kang's dirty work. Yoon, however, had been promised a political seat, his dream. At an unveiling, Minchul was killed in an explosion in front of his father's eyes. Samsik also explains his plan to defeat Kang little by little. While hidden by Samsik's guy, hitmen come for Taemin, but he eliminates them. He believes Samsik has abandoned him and makes an escape. Samsik's man is arrested by Pak Jae-wook's men instead, and all the evidence is destroyed, except for a document on Sinui alliance signed by Kang. Jae-wook also has men watching San and Samsik. As Hanmin talks evacuation drills with American soldiers, and the fact that it will never be needed, a vigil gathers for Chu Enti. When Yojin announces her father's death, the party shouts for justice over his assassination. To prevent a disturbance, the police set up a barrier as Yojin encourages everyone to disperse quietly. Her father wouldn't want more violence but urged peace and democracy. Samsik tells San that while everyone worries about unrest, Kang will slide in the local government act, and that's when San will have to make his move. He catches on quickly. It will be his chance to be the champion of democracy. A news report indicates Sinui alliance may be responsible for Enti's death and that it could impact Ri's re-election. Kang hears that 20 assemblymen are against the local government act and believes it's a direct attack against him. Out on the street, Samsik confronts his tail and gives him lunch money to get lost. Samsik's team feed him information that he can use to report instead. At the USO, San meets his buddies who console him over Enti. San says that instead of talking about change, they should make it happen. An agitated Kang visits Yosub asking about his promised donations. When Samsik is dismissed, he begs on his knees and confesses to creating the Sinui alliance, but claims he was not in on Minchul's death and that he'll carry on his son's dream. Yosub first asks about his alliance with Minister Choi, but drops the bait. If he can gather 100 followers and take over the Liberal Party, he can become Prime Minister. Meanwhile, younger military officers write a declaration to control corruption and election fixing within the military, demanding reform and better treatment. Samsik tells Yosub he can manage the military, but Yosub thinks, based on experience during the occupation, that it isn't possible. A new first operations commander will be appointed, likely General Choi Hanrim. Under interrogation in the future, Hanmin's officer notes that he's the one who wrote the declaration. While to his interrogator, San acknowledges his respect for General Choi Hanrim. While in his conversation, Samsik notes that San had many father figures and now they're all dead. The episode review. The tension continues to ramp as factions go crazy reacting to crimes and circumstances. And even in captivity, Samsik is as cool as ever. That in a country that assigns the death penalty for treason. Then again, he hasn't come this far by sweating it out. Samsik shares more of his crimes and more of his plan. But do we think he's telling San the truth? He's not exactly a choir boy and certainly has his own version of things. Kang and San have now both been offered the same deal. Gather 100 men, take over the Liberal Party, and the Federation will provide the rest. While Samsik refers to it as bait, is that what Yosub is thinking too? It's tough to believe they're completely aligned with the obsequious way Samsik speaks to him. Or maybe that's just part of the show. Samsik wants to be called uncle when someone asks a favor. Perhaps Yosub demands toadies. In any case, the question is who will be supported, Kang or San. At the moment, San appears to be easier to control, at least for Samsik. And isn't that the game? Create the best puppet? But he's also very clever and idealistic, the traits for which Samsik has chosen him. I'm so sucked in. Who's with me? Who's your favorite pawn in Uncle Samsik? There are many from which to choose. Let us know in the comments below.